Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2025 summer event in Forge of Empires. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the minigame mechanics, rewards that you can win, and ultimately what you can do to maximize them. First, let's take a look at the main event page. It doesn't look too different from last year. The board is made up of random prizes, along with some special items and the daily special. You can see what's available before pressing start, which will be important later on. Real quick, while I just mentioned it, the daily special is here at the bottom left corner and can be switched out once per day. And you'll notice that it switches on the board as well. The other special tiles are as follows. The Show 2 is fairly self-explanatory. When you flip this tile, two other tiles will become transparent so you can see what their prizes are. Double Payout gives twice the prize of the next tile. One caveat is that it does not double the Show 2, it only doubles the 3 doubloons that are rewarded from that tile. It also doesn't double the calendar keys, which we'll cover later on. Then there is the Shuffle, which resets the entire board and its prizes. The Golden Dragon piece is used to unlock a super board. The super board has twice as many Show 2s, double payouts, daily specials, and it also does not have a shuffle on it, which is nice because obviously with all those doubled rewards, you want to make sure that you are able to get all of them. 3 golden dragons are needed to get this super board, and they switch between boards and calendar keys on random days. Calendar keys are used in, you guessed it, the calendar. It's a page on the left side of the main page. A key opens up a spot for each day, and if you find more than one in a day, the second, third, etc. are all converted into pieces. Once you get 4 pieces, it can be made into 1 additional key for a day that you missed. Back on the board, there's a little diagram that explains how flipping tiles gets you points towards the grand prizes. 1 tile costs 10 doubloons, and each tile flipped gets you 1 to 2 points. I currently have 10 points, even though I only flipped 7 tiles yesterday to get the calendar key. The last 3 items that have to do with the board are at the top. First is the Cannonball. It destroys 1 random tile and its reward on the current board. The key rewards, or the special rewards, like Show 2, Double Payout, Daily Specials, Calendar Keys, or Golden Dragon, cannot be destroyed. Notice that it does destroy shuffles, so obviously the luckiest thing for this to hit would be a shuffle. The next item is the Bounty Amplifier. It doubles the reward of the next tile that's uncovered, and then after it's uncovered, it reveals 2 hidden rewards, so it kind of acts as a double and Show 2. An added bonus is that the uncovered tile will cost no doubloons. And lastly, the Spyglass unveils all Show 2, Double Payout, and Shuffle tiles on the current board, so you can target them or avoid them depending on what you want to do. All of these 3 items are exclusively rewarded from the rival quests. Now let's take a look at those grand prizes. There are surprisingly not a lot of new buildings this year. Then again, I think they had to make sure that enough event building upgrades were available because there are 16 levels. At level 16, it provides Defense Boost for Attacking Army in Guild Expedition and Defense Boost for Defending Army in Guild Battlegrounds, which are fairly random boosts, if you ask me. It also gives a good amount of Forge points and fragments for the Silver version, and a selection kit for 2 other new buildings. The Silver version adds to the boosts and Forge points, as well as a rare military ally boost and fragments for the Gold version upgrade. Then the gold version increases everything again. Next, we have an upgrade to the Viceroy's Villa called the Crown Regent's Villa. It also has a rare military slot along with normal army boosts, a quantum incursion defensive army boost, forge points, goods, and army units. It removes the road requirement too, which is a bonus. That upgrade then gets an Ascended version that lasts for 90 days. Army boosts are increased as well as army units, but the best addition is a 3% forge point boost and a 1% goods boost for collection. With enough fragments being produced for this Ascended version, you could theoretically keep it upgraded indefinitely. Next is a smaller building called the Captain's Coconut Paradise that has a normal version and an Ascended version. The normal version gives attacking army boost for normal and guild expedition army, as well as coins, forge points, and goods. The Ascended version increases these boosts and adds a quantum attacking army and supply production boost. The other new smaller building is the Pirate's Parrot Perch, similar to the Captain's Coconut Paradise, but focused more on defensive boosts for normal and guild battleground armies, with forge points and goods still included. The Ascended version adds quantum defensive army and coin production boosts. As I mentioned, all other buildings listed are prizes from previous years, along with other items that are available. There are 2 new rare military allies, so hopefully with the new buildings providing a spot, we can start using the surplus. And of course the Eternal Market fragments are back, so I can hopefully reach the next level. The league table can be accessed in the top right of the main screen, and it also gives some new rewards. Here's a new building called the Siren's Rock with 4 different levels. As the levels increase, the army boosts and goods rewards do as well, and it provides some special production fragments too. The other new building in the league table is reserved for the top 1%, and as you can imagine, it gives quite a bit. Army boosts, forge points, fragments for the golden upgrade for the event building, they're all there. Let's go back to the calendar though, because among the new buildings we've covered already, there's this one, the Queen Anne's Legacy. It's a 4x6 with an army boost and a special goods production boost, as well as the highest forge point production, I believe, in the game. And it gives the elusive Ascended fragments for the Pirate King Villa. With that being said, here's my strategy for this event. I'm going to focus on the calendar, and therefore if the calendar key isn't on the board, I'm not going to do it that day. Today would be one of those days, which unfortunately means that I will not be completing every day for the Rivals Challenge. But hopefully that's okay, and I won't miss out on some of the special items that you get from doing the Rivals quest. When possible, I'll need to double my payout of the calendar keys to keep getting pieces so that I can go back and open days that I've skipped. It's sometimes possible to quadruple a calendar key by getting a double payout and then using the bounty amplifier. But as I mentioned before, I would only get the calendar key and then 3 additional pieces instead of 4 calendar keys total. Other than that, I'll just continue to do the event quests and keep a lookout for incidents that may reward doubloons as well. And don't forget the daily challenges also reward doubloons if you choose the right side. Let me know in a comment below what your strategy is and what you're most excited to get from this event. As one last treat to those that have stayed for the whole video or skipped to the end, here's my trusty spreadsheet with the event buildings listed out. The heavy hitters are at the top, with Blackbeard's Floating Bazaar as one of the best buildings in the entire game, but Queen Anne's Legacy is not far behind. Unfortunately, the Siren's Rock buildings, even level 4, don't look too good, but it depends on what else you have in your city. Everything else is above 40 points of efficiency, so it seems like this event isn't too bad. And with that, it's the end of this video. Thanks very much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. If you enjoyed this video and would want to see more, please like and subscribe. And as always, keep on jamming.